when Carter was asking me about the AI trends and the prediction, and I was thinking, who am I to actually provide that information to all of you who are actually know a lot of stuff about marketing? You are all doers, you are all influencers, you are all practitioners, and also marketing executives. So what I want to do is start having conversation and looking things from supply and demand's perspective. The supply is very much the vendor growth. There's a lot of vendors and there's a lot of AI tools out there. And then there's a client adoption, which is demand. Okay. So if you actually look into this, there is the supply side. And according to Scott Brinker's information, the State of MarTech 2024 report, there are 14,106 MarTech products as of 2024. And 3,068, to be exact, the products has been added. And 77% of these new products are Gen AI. So obviously supply is booming like crazy, right? On the supply side. Everybody is creating something about AI tools. Everybody, right? In the marketing side, what are some of the popular AI tools? Does anybody have any guess in terms of what are some of the popular AI-based or Gen AI tools? What are some of the popular ones? Do you guys have any thought? There's no right or wrong answer, by the way. Seriously.
Well, a lot of people use Claude, right? I mean, when, for content creation, I mean, I use Jasper and ChatGPT, but it seems like Claude and, now I'm forgetting the name, it begins with a P, the one with all the research.
Perplexity?
Yeah, Perplexity. Yep.
Perplexity seems to be very, very popular.
Very popular. Yep. I agree. So on all this, the MarTech GPT, what is actually popular, I know it's very hard to read. It is content marketing. Like content creation accounts almost like 1,007 products. The next one is social media marketing and monitoring. SEO is about 239. Collaboration tool, 205. Product management, 176. So majority of this on the supply side, as you can see, is on the content creation. Content creation, but content creation in many different formats. Content creation for writing, text format, content creation for video editing, that's also counted as content marketing, content creation for audio. So anything that related to the text format, audio format, video formats, the editing, the production, the optimization, the summary of it, it's all part of content creation. So what you are seeing in terms of all the MarTech AI-based tool, it's evolved around content marketing side of things. The next is social media and monitoring, that's not surprised at all in terms of social media syndication tools, that they are booming like crazy. And of course, the next one is SEO, and then collaboration and product management. So this is all on the supplier side of things. Now let's look at the client adoption. So there are a lot of tools, boom, 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 boom. They are increasing. And there's a new AI chatbot that coming out every single day, literally every single day. But there is no data as far as I can find in terms of client adoption. So that's on demand side. Some of you are working on the client side. Some of you are independent consultant, or you on the agency side. What I want all of us to think about is the supply and the demand. And given that there's no adoption rate that is shared, if somebody actually in the Zoom has seen some data in terms of adoption rate, share with us. Has anybody seen any kind of client adoption rate or percentage that you are aware of? I search high and low. I cannot find it. Okay.
Pam,
right. Go ahead.
Pam, I've seen
I've seen statistics on how many marketers have used or regularly used
AI.
in their
Okay.
job. So
Yeah.
it's not necessarily adoption rate of specific tools,
Yep.
but I think I've seen numbers of, 60 to 75%.
70%. Okay, well that's actually good. So, but it's using the AI tool in terms of these right content. It's for their daily job, is it? Kind of.
Correct. Yeah,
Yeah.
people are using AI in their daily job, whether it's content creation or custom.
So the SEOs and that kind of things. Yeah, totally agree. Okay, so that's actually a great number to have, right? So obviously marketers are using it, but at enterprise level or at the company level, it's kind of hard to see what is the total adoption rate. And so the supply and demand, just want to share with you, the supply is definitely out there, but based on my conversation, and you can think about your conversation with your clients, how fast or how slow they actually adopt. And also majority of adaptation that I have heard, I agree with you, tend to be like third-party tools. They are tools out there like this, and then people are using it. Okay, not necessarily kind of like the organizational wide adoption. It's more or less individual adoption. That's what I heard. If anybody hear anything different, feel free to actually share the insight. We'd love to hear that.
And Pam, I've got to wonder too that the usage or the adoption, if you cut it by seniority,
I completely agree with that. Yeah, I would say, and this is just Pam's talk by talking to marketers, especially doers. The people that actually adopted a whole lot faster tend to be worker bees.
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hey, Pam, I have a question. So I think I was in the same webinar you were where Scott was breaking all this down, but one of my questions is, as AI gets added to HubSpot, other marketing automation tools, all of that kind of thing, and people are using it, does that skew what we're looking at as adoption? Because you don't think about, hey, I'm using HubSpot, but what I just used was the AI inside of HubSpot, especially now that they just acquired an AI company too.
Yep. You are totally right. I actually have a slide that's coming up. And fitting and proper is the client tend to adopting, or on the client side, the adoptions of AI tend to come in three possible ways. Number one is leverage existing MarTech tools with AI features. So if I have a HubSpot, they added additional AI feature to it and I'm using it, that's a client adoption of AI. And then the other way is actually they look at the existing marketing MarTech tools, and like for example, not a lot of tools have like the writing assistant initially, like early, I would say 2021, when the ChatGPT came out. A lot of the MarTech tools, they don't have like the AI writing features associated with it. Then you have to buy like AI-based MarTech tools, right? But now, if you look at Facebook, if you look at LinkedIn, if you look at some of the even email marketing platforms, they actually have AI features associated with it, and they basically say, write by AI, which is AI can create the first draft for you. And that, in a way, is embedded into a lot of the MarTech tools right now. So you have three ways you can look in terms of a client adoption. And this is actually making the client adoption rate very hard to track. Number one is if you are using the AI features within the MarTech tools, that count. I count it as one vote, right? If you are purchasing AI-based MarTech tools, such as I use I create YouTube videos, but I use AI-based video editing tool to cut 10 shorts out of my AI video, but it's an AI-based MarTech video editing tool, right? Or if you want to do a predictive analytics, you build the AI-based tool in-house. So these three types of client adoption, and they are all very different, if you will, that will make this client adoption rate very hard to track. So you ask a perfect question, by the way. Okay. So with that being said, what I have found, I agree with you in terms of a majority of the AI adoption is right here. the first one, leverage existing MarTech tools with AI features, and at the individual contributors level, but not necessarily scale in a unified and a standardized format that require every single marketers to use. How do they make that decision in terms of making, are we going to buy, or are we going to build, or are we going to pay additional money of using the AI feature of existing tools? Because it does cost money. If you want to use some of AI feature, they charge you more. So what I have seen is the client tend to look into subconsciously, by the way, they didn't do this in a very conscious manner. Subconsciously, they kind of look into the marketing into 3 different categories to determine how to leverage AI. Number 1 is always automation. Can I automate certain processes using AI? Okay, that's number 1. Number 2 is personalization. Can I personalize my content? Can I personalize or segment additional customers? Like if we segment to 4 different verticals, but can I further segment one of the verticals into, like, for example, healthcare? Can you segment it into surgery center? Can you segment it into the major hospital, right? So the additional segmentation is very hard to do with human, but maybe is easier to do actually with AI. And the other one is decision-making. So they are looking into automation, personalization, and decision-making to determine, okay, how can I standardize or scale AI as I see fit? Is they were like, okay, these couple things we can combine. Well, that's automation, right? Or they will say, okay, this kind of customers, we probably should look into further segmentation so we can do a personalized outreach or ABM. Again, that's segmentation, further hyper segmentation. But they don't talk about it and categorizing this way. But I have seen some of my clients do this, so I kind of just make a point and share with you.